Imagine if it really happened. If one man, one killer, took down every hero, every villain, the entire Marvel universe. Don't laugh. Don't look away. What you're about to hear is the end. Here, Deadpool kills the Marvel universe. On Earth, everyone knew him. The jester, the mercenary, the soldier in the red mask. When he fought for good, they cheered. When he cracked jokes, they laughed. When he killed, they shrugged. But the X-Men had enough. Enough of his chaos, enough of his unpredictability. They handed him to a doctor, Dr. Benjamin Brighton of the Ravencroft Institute, a psychiatrist who was supposed to cure his madness. That was the mistake, because the doctor was someone else. Psycho Man in disguise. A villain who wanted to seize Wade's mind, turn Deadpool into a weapon without will. But it backfired. A new voice appeared in Wade's head. Not witty, not playful, dark, cold, merciless. The first to fall was Psycho Man. And when Wade was done, he burned the Institute to the ground and kept going. His rampage began with the Fantastic Four. Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic. The man who always found a way. But not this time. Deadpool trapped him in chemicals. His stretching body began to melt, slowly, inevitably. He dissolved in Sue's arms, her horror growing as Reed vanished piece by piece until only silence remained. A blast shook the room. Sue ran out and saw the wreckage of a ship rammed into the hall. Johnny lay crushed, and in the debris, the shattered remains of the thing, the first family of Marvel, was already falling apart. In fury, she struck. A shockwave exploded, shattering Deadpool's skull. But it wasn't enough. Wade came back, and before Sue could hit again, he killed her. The first family of Marvel, shattered, broken. And then, he appeared. Uatu. The Watcher, the one who observes but never interferes. But this time, he spoke. Even he knew something was wrong. Deadpool had seen the truth, that all of them, heroes, villains, even himself, were prisoners of the comics' pages, puppets on strings. Uatu tried to explain, tried to reason, but Wade wasn't listening. Standing without his mask, his scarred face in the open, he raised his sword, and with one stroke, he cut off the Watcher's head. Uatu, the witness of every war and every world, fell like any other. In the skies of New York, webs cut the night as Deadpool and Spider-Man fought. Peter severed his own webbing. Deadpool fell, crashed onto a car, bones breaking at impossible angles. Peter dropped down. He didn't finish him. He didn't want to kill. He got closer, tried to talk Wade down, shouting that he wouldn't kill him, that the blades and the threats meant nothing, that Wade couldn't win by pretending to be nothing but a machine for murder. Peter fought with words, not fists. Deadpool looked at him and said calmly, "You're right, I won't cut you." Then, from nowhere, he drew a gun, one shot. The bullet pierced Peter's head. Spider-Man, the hero who always fought for others. This time, he couldn't save even himself. Deadpool stood, brushed himself off, and walked away. At Avengers Tower, the survivors gathered. Jarvis rushed in, pale, shouting. Hank Pym was missing, and his Pym particles were gone. A small object appeared on the table. Silence. Then, the explosion. The tower collapsed in fire and ruin. From the wreckage, Wade emerged, smiling, holding Ant-Man's helmet like a trophy. Luke Cage had survived. his skin unbreakable. But Deadpool had prepared a trick. Coffee, a simple sip. Inside, a bomb shrunk with Pym particles. It detonated from within. Luke Cage fell dead. Thor roared. He hurled Mjolnir with the fury of a god. Deadpool didn't dodge. He twisted the Pym particles. The hammer turned back. Bigger, heavier, faster. It struck Thor with the weight of a mountain, and the god of thunder lay broken. Then came Hulk, a roar that shook the ruins. He seized Wade and tore him apart. But night fell. Hulk calmed, green skin faded, and Banner slept, helpless. Piece by piece, Deadpool's body regenerated. By dawn, he stood whole again. He crept to Banner, and with one stroke, brought him down for good. The Hulk, Earth's mightiest, slain in his sleep. Deadpool's next prey, the mutants. He captured Professor X, forcing him to summon the X-Men. But instead of a fight, Wade had prepared traps. With Arcade's help, he built a death maze. Cyclops was engulfed in a field that detonated his own optic blast. Rogue, Gambit, and Colossus were electrocuted in a sealed chamber. Magneto dissolved in acid. Kitty Pryde was locked in an endless dimensional prison. Professor X reached into Wade's mind, and the horror killed him instantly. Then came Wolverine. Logan found Arcade restrained, with X-23 and Dakin wired to a machine that would burn them alive if they healed. Deadpool stepped out of the shadows, Beast's blue fur draped across him like a trophy. In his hand, a sword of carbonadium, metal that cancels healing. They clashed. Logan slashed, healed, came back again and again, but Wade's blade pierced him, stopping the regeneration. And then Deadpool cut off his head. Wolverine, Marvel's most popular mutant, fell like the rest. After the mutants, there was one more hunter. Frank Castle, the Punisher, a soldier who survived every war. He tracked Deadpool, found his body sprawled on the ground, dead. But it was a trick, not Wade, the puppet master in disguise. The real Deadpool stepped from the shadows, one puppet, one pull of the string, and Frank Castle put the gun to his own head, one shot. The Punisher was gone. Now Wade didn't need to fight. He had his theater. The puppet master made the dolls. Deadpool pulled the strings. Heroes tore each other apart. Villains killed one another. Some fell to their own powers. Others ended themselves. And Wade looked beyond, to the stars. The Silver Surfer fell. Galactus, devourer of worlds, destroyed like a puppet. Thanos, the Mad Titan, dead like all the rest. Gods, heroes, tyrants. All danced on Wade's strings, and all ended in silence. But vengeance still had a champion, Taskmaster, a skull-faced killer who copied every move, every style. He followed Wade's trail to the swamps of Man-Thing. They fought, strike for strike, mirrored perfectly. Taskmaster began to hear the same voice in his head, the truth of Deadpool's plan, to cut the strings of the story itself. And then Taskmaster felt fear. And fear is death with Man-Thing. The creature's hand touched his shoulder. Flames consumed him. Taskmaster reduced to nothing. Only Wade remained, and the guardian of the nexus of all realities, the door between worlds. Man-Thing opened the path, and Deadpool forced it wider, stepping through. On the other side, no heroes, no villains, no cosmos. A room, people, writers, artists. The ones who wrote every word, who planned every death. Deadpool walked in quietly, watched them sketch his ending, realized they were the true enemy. He raised his weapon, and walked toward them. Then he turned, looked straight ahead, at us. "I'll find you soon enough." And he left, leaving only silence and the knowledge that the story wasn't over. This was the story of a universe undone, of heroes and gods, falling to one man. Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe. If you want to see more stories like this, subscribe and join me as we uncover the darkest chapters of Marvel. Because this tale is over, but there are many more waiting.